I had 5 girlfriends. 4 of them were from Taiwan.
So basically, like the TLDR is like you like fobbier girls, right? Like looks wise.
Yeah, I'm very indoctrinated with fobs.
Wait, what kind of fob? Taiwanese fob or Chinese fob?
Taiwanese mostly.
Damn, this guy gave me a $10 super chat. That's super
Cold approach in the day, no
Gunther
nightlife.
SB, I really appreciate it. I'm speak fluent Mandarin. Cold approach in the day, no nightlife, and no online in Taiwan. Many of these girls meet up at cafes or restaurants, but it's only platonic since continued. Where's the rest of the message?
Cold approach in the day. All right.
I have heard that like guys cold approach near the MRT, but I feel like the online so far is pretty good for me in Taiwan. So I'm kind of curious, Gunther, if you wanna.
Wait. It says continued. Could you read the rest?
Well, no, wait. I can't pull it up.
Okay, just read it again.
He's basically saying like he's fluent in Mandarin and cold approaches. He does day game, essentially.
Yeah. But it's only platonic since blah blah blah.
Yeah, but I can't. For some reason, I can't. I
靠腰
don't know why I can't see the rest of the message.
那好像可能需要再捐一点钱呢，捐多一点钱。可能需要再麻烦您。No, but serious, Gunther, thank you. Even though it's not my channel, but no, seriously,
no,
like I feel like when homies,
this is the biggest super chat I've ever gotten, actually.
when homies get helped, or when homies are winning, I feel like to me it's also like I'm winning as well because
Right.
I like seeing my peers winning. Not that it's gonna benefit me directly. It's just more like it makes me happy.
Yeah, no. You're a good dude. I like that's the thing, dude. I could tell, because like someone else reached out to me for like a podcast and I turned it down, and then right away he was like, "Oh, can you connect me to this bigger creator?" Because he saw I was like friends with him.
Yeah, that's why.
So yeah, I think we definitely vibe. But yeah, I think like what do you think's the best way to get rid of simping? I'm actually because you're like a fuckboy, so it's like you don't simp, right? Is the key to just go for girls that you're not like too attracted to?
Not like I can't even comment too much because like even for me, I simp with like really hot girls too, and that's why I only go for like mid or upper mid girls. That's most of the success I have is like mid to upper mid.
Wait, this guy he put the part 2.
Oh,
Dude, Gunther, really appreciate it, man. Gunther,
wait, he donated again?
he donated again.
Oh shit! Yo, how can we give back this money? I was kidding, dude. I feel bad now.
Shit, you should refund. Okay, so almost all of them have boyfriends. How can I meet girls in Taiwan who are actually single? And then usually high percentage in Taiwan have boyfriends. I have good game and can easily romance with many girls in SoCal. Okay, so he's I'm assuming he's like an ABC or ABT. So like yeah. What's your take on this then? Because he doesn't do night game or online, which I feel like are the two avenues I was gonna do when I go there.
You know, I'll be very honest. So as a guy with a lot of success in Taiwan, I came across the same issue. I did day game as well sometimes, and then a lot of them would just like say, yeah, like I have a boyfriend, or when it comes to like hanging out with for the date, it was very, very difficult. Actually, a big majority of the girls that I actually hooked up with were from clubs in Taiwan.
Game? Like just like going out at night?
Yeah, which doesn't really count, man. Like it's just everyone's drunk and under the influence, and then plus it's not gonna lead anywhere. It's just to have your, I guess, libido satisfied, but it doesn't really get anywhere, you know. There's no point. So when I try to like do day game with other girls, yeah, there are times where I got 20 numbers in a day, but
oh shit,
dude, like when I went with my boys right after graduating with my engineering degree, dude, like I would get 20 numbers in a day, and then it would be so hard to actually meet up with like these girls. I think at the end of it all, I had 100 numbers. I only had one lay, and this was me taking this girl out with the boys, and she brought her girls out, and we all went to like Electro, like back in the
Oh,
day.
so
I
okay,
think
it wasn't a single. It wasn't a normal date. It was like, oh, let's all go out.
yeah,
So it was
let's
like
all
a,
go
it was
out, and then yeah, that was it, dude. It was
wait,
whack.
wait. How many dates did you? How many meetups did you get from the 100 numbers?
I got I got two other meetups, I think.
Wait, three. So out of the 100, you only met up with 3% of them.
I would say yeah. I mean, it's hard. Okay, like because I think I might be getting a little bit confused because there's different times I went to Taiwan.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I
But
would
but
say,
like but like
but
TLDR is like it's like less than five. It's like 5 to 10% like
yeah,
you meet
exactly.
up with.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Uh, See, I feel like day game in general is just very inefficient, and I feel like in Taiwan it's especially hard because the culture is not as like it's not like the US where like people love small talk, right? So it's like even more reserved. So I feel like unless it's like it's almost like it feels like day game would be even more difficult because
Y-
people have their guards up. So unless you're really good at like building like comfort and like trust really quickly, it would be like really hard. And then you still deal with the issue of like the guy or the girl having a boyfriend, right? Which you can't filter for.
you mean day
Um,
game in Taiwan, right?
in Taiwan, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
it seems like it'd be harder for me, like
Well,
harder than the U.S.
I think another issue too is that like you come across a lot of women, and Gunther, I think this is very important for you too, but like you come across a lot of women who are just constantly working because I worked in Taiwan for 2 years, right? Um it's a whole like uh I guess mindset that they promote where you have to be bending your back down for your boss and constantly working overtime. So a lot of the things that I faced during that first year, my first solo trip to Taiwan, where I got 100 numbers, where I met up with the boys over there. Um, I was like, why are these girls all saying they're busy? I didn't believe it, dude. I thought it was all cap. And then when I started working there, I was like, um, holy shit, like this is actually legit. Like they are actually really busy with work, and that's the
Mm,
problem there. So. Um, I think that's why a big majority of the girls that I ended up dating were clubbing girls or from like a
hmm
party background,
hmm
which is not ideal. And Gunther, I don't think you would want to even find those girls either and want to marry them. But I'm not saying like clubbing girls are all bad, but
Right,
it's
right.
just like, you know, what's the probability of finding a girl that's actually down to earth in a club, right?
But
So
isn't online games like so? I moved some of my apps there, and like it seems better than Seattle. So like, what's your take on online game there? Because you live there, so I don't know. Maybe I just have the new city boost right now, right?
yeah,
It's hard for
yeah.
me to say until I actually try to set the dates up next week.
So online game was pretty new to me. I only started using online game I think a little bit more in 2019,
Hmm
and I also was really passive about it. But then I had pretty good success with online game too. But like in terms of day game, I feel like that was the least amount of success. I think what I got was just numbers, like lines.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you
Lines,
go
right?
like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
我可以加你的 line ma, and then that's it.
Uh,
You don't get
but it's
shit.
like sometimes it's the girl getting rid of you, right? It's like they're too nice to say no, so they're just like, oh, just take my line, and then
Well,
they just
yeah,
ghost
yeah,
you,
that
right?
there's that too, but then at the same time, I would be having actual conversations with these girls and we'd be talking. But when it comes to hanging out, she's like, "Oh, I'm really busy. I have to work overtime." And I'm just like, "Yo, I'm leaving in like a couple weeks. I'm leaving in like a
Right,
week.
right,
I gotta
right,
get
right, right.
like dates ASAP." Yeah.
That yeah, that's how I feel. Like I'm gonna be there for like 1 to 2 months, and like I'm already trying to set up dates now for next week because I don't want to waste the first week like setting dates up. Like because that's already like one out of like what is it like 1 out of 8? It's like what 16% or whatever. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Um
was gonna ask. Oh, what's your take on like tour groups or like language exchanges? Like, is that a good way to meet people?
language exchanges.
Like you can like go like so my one of my Chinese tutors was like telling me you can like attend these language exchanges where like people want to improve their English and then they might know
Oh,
Chinese or whatever.
I think people have mentioned that it's pretty effective, and I think I met some people through friends from that because I had already a foundation of knowing a lot of people in Taiwan because one of my best friends, he went to KAS, Kaohsiung American School, and he knew all of like the Taipei American School people. He introduced me to all of them, and then this is how like I developed like a whole network in Taipei at such an early age. But through this network, I expanded, and that's where some of these, I would say it's mostly Taiwanese girls that are looking for American dick. Like, it's like they're Taiwanese girls looking for white guys.
That's so fucking unexpected.
And they're looking for white guys that they attend these like language exchanges, but their English is already pretty damn good for Taiwanese people. So they attend it just to like meet these white guys. And
Yeah.
and then that's how I meet these white guys through like these female friends of mine. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like, yeah, but
I will
think
say, I do think that like there's Taiwanese that they love white guys because like one of my tutors, the Taiwanese tutor, I like deduced her type as like white guys, just from talking to her about like who she's dated.
yeah, I think how they prioritize it is probably like white guys, then Asian American guys, like ABCs.
ABCs and then regular like Taiwanese guys.
Yeah.
At that end. But then there's also some Asian girls there that like, or Taiwanese girls that don't date ABC. Like they hate ABCs, right?
I feel like ABC is probably the most safe. I think with some Taiwanese girls, like they either don't want a white guy or they really want a white guy.
Right.
But with ABCs, it's probably more women over there are okay with ABCs. I don't know. This is just a personal take.
Okay, so like in this guy's case, like what would you recommend? Would you recommend he goes out at night, or like what's like his next steps if he's trying day game, it's not working out? Like I think my take, like I'll just give my take and then you can give your take because you have like the actual like real life experience in Taiwan. But I'm a pure online game. I'm not gonna lie. Like I know I tell you guys to do cold approach, and I've gone through that phase myself. But like in terms of efficiency, it's like very inefficient. And I think like online, it takes like a one-time investment of getting good pictures, and then like you can improve your like texting, right? So I feel like the best thing to do would just be to like get better pictures and like just pay for the apps. Maybe do like Bumble Boost or Bumble Premium and then boost yourself, or like Hinge or whatever, or like maybe not Hinge because they don't use Hinge too much, but like Bumble and Tinder I heard, or like Omni or there's another app that they use apparently. So I would try to explore online more. But like, what's your take, Panda?
I'm not really like a professional. So like whatever advice I give, like it is just
Yeah, we're not like
more so
we're not like pros.
it's
Yeah,
more
we're just kinda
so
more,
what we do on Controvert podcast is more so break down societal norms. But like in terms of like giving like dating advice, I wouldn't give it from a strong point of view. But like what I would say over there in Taiwan is probably online dating too, because as I mentioned, like day game, it was not it wasn't for me, man. It didn't really work out. And Gunther had the same experience, so I think like just looking at his experience, I think it looks like day game over there is pretty difficult. Even though it's easy to get the number, it's not really easy to close or even make this girl like a girlfriend or a wife. So I think the best bet is probably just like online dating. If you're looking to
but I
just
feel like
hook up, probably just go out to the clubs. Go to Core, really good club.
or okay, where is that in like where is it?
It's right next to Omni, so it's in Dongchu. So you take the MRT Zhongshan Donghua exit number 2, and then you just go up the escalators. And then it's right next to that one clothing company. I forget, Zara. Yeah.
Wait, what's the district called? Xi'an, or like the one where there's or Xindian, or like the
Xingyi.
one with a bunch of Xingyi.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah, okay,
Wang Lao
okay.
Wei show. Wang Lao Wei show has like ATT for fun, right? That is like there's
Wait, what's
rough.
ATT?
That's what they call it. ATT for fun. That's the Xingyi district. That's the part of Xingyi district where all the people go for clubs. And
Oh, okay.
basically there's a plethora of clubs over there, like Rough and I want to say is Electro still up? I don't know. But there's Babylon. My friend owns Babylon, so if you guys need like a hookup for that, like let me know. And then
Wait, for these clubs, are there guest lists or how much do drinks cost? Like, should you get a table or like what's like the logistics for clubbing over there?
Usually I mean there's a lot of times like where there's an entry fee, depending on the club. So for example, Rough, there's an entry fee, but like if you know promoters, they could get you in for free. I wouldn't even want to go Rough anymore because Rough is just, dude, Rough is so packed now. But Rough used to be kind of my spot. Core is always like the good spot because a lot of Asian Americans go there, white people go there. And girls are just looking like I don't know what it is, but you go there, like especially guys who look like us, girls will be like Scooby Dooby Doo, like looking at you. I'm not even kidding, dude. I have a guy. He's a Mexican guy. He went there and he was like, "Yo, you were so right about Core, legit." And he was like, "Yeah, like I had a girl that night." It's insane. Like,
Wait,
I don't even know if I should.
Like if you go to Core, let's say, and then you pay for entry and then buy a few drinks, like how much? Like what's the average cost of that?
Core doesn't have an entry fee. So Core, they kind of stop letting people in unless you have like a table name. Like at like 11:30, I want to say, like when they start reaching a little bit max capacity, and then you just need like a table name. So then this is what I kind of do. I just ask people. I'm just like, hey, 你们有包厢名字吗? Like in the line, I go like, do you guys have a table name? What's your guys' table name? And then you just tell the bouncer the table name, he'll just let you in.
Wait, why would they give you the table name if you're not in their group though?
You just finesse it.
Yeah,
I just go like, hey, I'm trying to meet my friends inside. I just need a table name to get in. Do you guys have a table name? And you just ask the people in like the VIP line.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but a lot of people will reject you, but you just have to kind of be persistent.
Yeah. So then wait, how much does like a drink cost there normally?
300 NTD, so like 10 USD.
About $10. Okay, it's pretty.
Yeah.
It's not fucking 50. I'm still like kind of pissed about how much I spent for those 2 shots, bro.
I don't know if I should condone this. I'm just ratchet by nature, by the way. What I do, I go to the 7-Eleven right next door to Core. I buy like 2 bottles and I just like stuff them in my fucking pants. They don't pat you down, dude. You just stuff that in and then you bring it in. You just have to be really cautious, right? Oh, by the way, this Gunther's message is still kind of showing.
Okay.
Yeah, could we? Yeah. But like, yeah, you just stuff in your pants and they won't even pat you down. And then you just bring it in and then, bro, what I do, I talk to these girls and I'm like, hey, what's up? And you go like, hey, we're having a good time. I'm like vibe. I look at her and then, I fuck her a little bit and then we start talking. Then I go like, hey, let me see your hand. Here, feel this. And I put it on here. They almost never reject me. They almost never go like, oh, what do you want me to feel? They feel it and then I go like this. And she's like, and I'm like, yeah, you want some? And she's like, yeah. I just feed her some. It's crazy, but yeah, I saved so much money from that, dude. It's awesome.
Wait, how much is a bottle? Like, what's like the bottle cost at 7-Eleven?
Like a mini bottle like that?
Yeah.
A mini bottle like that is like $2.40, I think. Yeah. So
okay.
And you get more than just a shot, bro. So it's way cooler.
Yeah.
I
think like
that's a big Taiwan perk. Like they don't pat you down that much at these clubs.
Is the ratio good at these clubs or no? Like guy to girl?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, at Core, yeah, for sure. But Rough is a lot of Gen Z people, a lot of Gen Z kids.
Oh, you hate Gen Zs, yeah.
I don't hate Gen Z kids. It's just.
Don't worry, dude. I would hate Gen Z too if they all called me 40.
It's just they just talked themselves down too much, and they're just depressed at life. I think what it is just I don't really vibe with people because I really value life, and if you hate your life when life is a beautiful thing, it's just like you're pessimistic at that point. You're very cynical, and I don't like that energy, because like just coming from someone who had like 2 near death experiences, I don't really fuck with people who say, dude, I had this one Gen Z friend, we're not friends anymore. He was a gay friend, so I'm not a homophobe either. Like I have really close gay friends. He was like, oh, Panda, like my boyfriend went to go get a tattoo without me. Oh my god, I feel like dying. Like it's so sad. Like, and he calls me when I'm on a date with my girlfriend at the time. I'm like, bro, we're just trying to enjoy some IHOP pancakes, and then this guy's he called both of us. Like I didn't pick up.
Taiwanese guy?
He's a Taiwanese American, yeah. Bro, this guy drives a Benz, man. He drives a Benz, and then he's always complaining about life. And I was like, who the fuck? And then I didn't want to hear his shit anymore, so I kind of stopped replying. Then he started like being negative at me to other people. He was like, oh, Panda, I feel like he doesn't like me. I feel like, yeah, like I don't know. And he started talking shit because like I think I just wasn't really responding.
As fuck, yeah.
Yeah, because I think he just felt like I wasn't empathetic. It was just like, dude, it's a drag, man. It's annoying, man. I just don't want that energy in my life.
Oh, I wanted to bring up one comment, or like, so you know how you're talking about sneaking the booze into the club, and then this comment said like it might give off the impression that you're cheap if you got to sneak booze in. But I think this is actually a pretty interesting. This is actually a very interesting comment. Not for that actual like, because at a deeper level, it kind of proves the whole thing I was like kind of realizing with the dating, right? Because the last girl was like trying to take it slow or whatever, but she also admitted she's like slept with guys on the first date. So it's in my opinion, it's the whole like, for the right guy, you know, girls will bend the rules and stuff. So like I think in your case, and this is how I'm breaking it down. I might be completely off, but like, you know, you're like a good vibe, you know, having fun and like a good time and like super easygoing, and then you like don't really give a fuck. So then they're like liking the energy, right? Versus maybe like some other guys trying to buy them like the nicest drink or whatever and use money to lead, but it's like a boring guy. The girl is always gonna choose like you over that guy, and unless they're like a gold digger. Like,
yeah.
Is that pretty accurate, or like what's your take on this?
It's interesting you brought that up, because you know here's another thing, Josh. So many times, I'll wait till he comes back, even though he has headphones on.
No, you can keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so many times at these Taiwanese clubs, I would say almost any club except for AI, you just act really fucking hyper, and these dudes will be like, dude, legit, I just start dancing everywhere. I'm just like, yeah, what's up? And then I make eye contact with the table owners, like the dudes. You befriend the fucking dudes at the table. They'll be like, hey, 你 ABC 吗？你过来，你进来. I'm like, oh yeah, fuck yeah. I come in. They give me shots, dude. I'm not even joking. Okay, like
wait, that's so funny. 你 ABC 吗？你过来.
Legit, yeah. Okay, I can't stress the amount of times I got into free tables. Like at core, almost every time I went, I was invited into like these tables, and also you don't even need to be invited. You could just blend in. I told my friend this thing. I was like, because he had a solo trip for his first time, without his parents, right? He came with me. He was like, I brought him to the club with me. I was like, yo, we gotta sneak into this table. Here, follow me. Just act like you know the people.
Yeah.
So we go in. I'm like, yeah, and I infiltrated, and I'm like telling my friend, yeah, just start shaking people's hand. Just start getting to know them. Dude, they can't even tell. Yeah, okay. Bob. Yeah, I would look like a cheap fuck, but it's all about the girl's perspective, right? My ex-girlfriend, she definitely called me cheap because of this. But then look at it like this, right? If you sneak in booze and you're sneaking into tables, right? Whatever, right? What about the guys who are just sneaking in to tables and all this stuff without providing any alcohol? Like I always pay it back forward. I always go like, hey, I brought this alcohol in. You guys want some? And then the table people are like, oh shit, 你好屌哦. And then they're like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah. You want me to go get more? I'll get more. And I'm like, yo, I'll bring a big bottle too. I sneak in a big ass bottle the next
Wait,
time.
you leave the club and come back?
Yeah, I leave. No, yeah, there's re-entry. Yeah, once you get stabbed, there's re-entry.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so
Wait, what does diao mean?
a diao means like sick, kind of like sick in Taiwan Taiwanese.
Okay.
Not Taiwanese,
Well, you know what's
but
kind of
like Taiwanese
interesting?
Chinese.
You know what's actually really interesting that I thought of is like another group of people that are like cheap. Like, and I'm not saying you're cheap, but like a group of people who are cheap are like pickup artist guys, right? But the difference between like your story you just told me versus like these PUA guys is you're like a huge value add in like multiple aspects, right? Like you're like fun, you bring the good vibes, and then you also give them alcohol. Whereas like a lot of pickup guys, they like infiltrate, then they just try to like take the girls from the table, or like they're just value leeches.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like everyone hates, like including the clubs, they hate pickup artists because they don't provide value to the club. Whereas like you're making the whole club more fun, right? Because you're like dancing and having a good time. So it's like a complete drastic change. And I just thought it was like a pretty interesting observation.
I think that's important too, because in Taiwan, with like this whole this culture in Taiwan where they're all closed off, the people who go out to party, they're all the guys who are like, oh, we want to bond with people, but it's so hard to bond with people in Taiwan because everyone's just closed off. And then there comes this loud ass ABC guy, and he's like popping fucking whiskey bottles that he snuck into the club, and they're like, dude, this guy's the shit. so then they're like, all right, come in the table. And then, dude, I'd be dancing on the table, in their table, and then they're like, yo, this guy's lit, bro. There's this one guy. I know I said AI is not really like the place to sneak into tables, but I snuck into a table one time, and these guys are now one of my good friends, and he invited me to his wedding. His friend is also a celebrity's son, and it's crazy because like the amount of people that go to these clubs that are just looking for genuine people, like they just really want guys who could make their lives like just happier and fun. Because like in Taiwan, it just lacks that. Like, I don't know, you'll probably see this, but when you go up to talk to not just girls but just people in general, they might be startled and they might just be like, huh. You know, like even if you ask for directions, like, hey, how do I get to, and they'll be like, oh, I'm like, I didn't do shit. For example, there's a couple sitting down and eating. I go up to them and I'm like, hey, where'd you get like blah 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 or whatever, because I saw them holding another snack in their hand, and then they were like, I'm like, 好夸张呢，我靠. You're
just like, 你看到鬼吗?
Yeah, it's like, no, legit, like that's how I describe it. I'm like, it's like they saw a ghost for real.
Yeah.
And then another thing, like when you go on the MRTs too, I want you to notice this. Like when you're on the MRTs, you look straight, you look to your left, your right. Everyone's using their phones. Down. They're all on their phones. And then you could even, I've done this before. I've looked like, what was this person looking at? I've done it so many times. These people are just scrolling, like nonstop, just doing this. And it's not like they're typing a business message. It's like legit, they're just looking at TikTok or like Instagram, like just whatever's on their feed. And I feel like over here it's much more independent. Like we have more of an independent culture. But yeah, over there it's definitely like very closed off. So these guys are just looking for pure, authentic people.
So I guess like, you know, wait, are you like introverted? Because I feel like I swear you told me you're introverted, but I don't believe you now.
No. I'm definitely more extroverted, but then I don't know if you've seen this, but then like a lot of girls always put like I'm extroverted but also introverted, but I feel like
the extroverted introvert, yeah.
I feel like every extrovert also gets mentally drained. Like I feel like if there's a lot of talking, I definitely get drained, man. Like especially like with podcasts. But you know, it's funny because like this podcast, or this session, I don't really feel like that because we kind of match each other in terms of energy. There's been
Right,
like
right,
some
right.
guests I had on my podcast, they just nonstop talk, and I'm just listening to their story. I'm just like, I'm falling asleep.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can't stand people that just yap nonstop. Yeah, we've been going for almost like 4 hours, or like three, yeah, 3.5. Because we did like a podcast for your channel, which I updated your name, Controvert Podcast. Check out Panda and give him a sub. But yeah, I was gonna actually ask you like, because as you're like describing all these stories, I'm just thinking like, bro, I'm not that extroverted, so like how can I like adopt that kind of extroverted spirit when I go out and stuff? Because I feel like I'm more reserved, honestly, amongst people I don't really know that well. I'm better in like one-on-one conversations, but I think a lot of Asian guys can relate to that sentiment of like one-on-one we feel comfortable, but in like small group dynamics or bigger groups, it's harder to like feel extroverted. So like, do you have any like advice for that? I guess just for like my
Yeah.
audience and myself even.
Yeah. So I struggle with that now. Like as I'm getting older, like when I approach girls, well, I kind of have this girl that like we're pretty much gonna get together, and
Hmm, hmm.
um pretty much like even before this time, before this girl, when I would have to like talk to girls, or when I see a girl that I think she's cute, I'm just like, "Ah, fucking, it's tiring, man. I can't even fake this." So I'm getting to that point. So I'm struggling myself, but I
Hmm.
think the beauty of traveling, you kind of have this high. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like everything's so new to you that
Hmm.
this high just kicks in, and you have an adrenaline rush, and you're just like, oh shit, like I want to learn everything. And then
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
so that curiosity will spark you to want to ask strangers questions. I think when
Okay,
when
okay.
you ask from a very curious standpoint, it seems genuine, and plus you seem like a
Hmm.
very genuine guy too. So that's
Hmm.
like a double positive for you.
Hmm.
um
Hmm.
and I think with that, like, you definitely won't struggle at all. Like you'll definitely be fine. And plus, like, yeah, it's one on one, and when you go talk to a girl, like, do day game, it's one on one too, so there's
Right,
no
right, right, right.
no issues with that. It's only the only issue you'll have is probably like trying to connect with her and get a
Hmm.
date
Hmm.
afterwards, because they're so
For day game,
busy.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna do online. I think. To be honest, I don't know how much like night clubbing I'll do. Maybe I'd rather go clubbing if I already have a girl because, like, I think my personal style is like, I mean, just knowing myself, I'll probably start liking a girl, and then like, well, I don't know, I can't pull off like the panda f boy special, like you know.
No, I mean, you don't have to. I'm not
Yeah,
encouraging
yeah.
everyone to do that. I think
I'm just shit. Give me shit.
I think you could definitely go out with like the boys that I linked you with.
Yeah, yeah. No,
Um
yeah. I appreciate you like connecting me.
yeah, and then dude, like, you'll see, like, when you go out without a girl, like, over there, oh my god, it's crazy, dude.
Yeah, yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
you know what's crazy is like when you're describing like just like the authentic curiosity thing. I actually kind of feel like majority of guys are like good people, but then you just get beaten down by like society. What you know, whether it's like feminists screaming, you know, like people in the U.S. being all like yelling about guys being too like creepy. You know, like
Yeah.
how do I say it? It's like either experiences you personally had of getting rejected or like the common sentiment of like, oh, maybe it's not okay to like talk to a stranger, like something as simple as talking to a stranger, right? And it really does take in like traveling or going somewhere where you can like reinvent yourself to like get that back. I feel like so I'm definitely looking forward to traveling.
Yeah. Yeah. Um I think also looks kind of play a part in that too. Like, you have a
Right, right.
very innocent look.
Do
you have a you have a
I?
very sweetheart look, but then like look at
Okay.
me. I want to hear, like, whoever's still in here. I want to hear, like, doesn't it look like I do drugs?
Yeah, I think it's your eyebrow shape, bro. I feel like it's your eyebrows.
Yeah, I know. My eyebrows
And
too fleeky, man. But yeah, I mean, they call me panda because I used to be fat, and also like my dark circles.
oh,
I
okay,
had I
okay,
had these
okay.
since I was like fifth grade.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, Panda's not my
Yeah.
real name though. I just go by that. Everyone knows me as
Yeah.
Panda, so might as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it was good. Like, yeah, I think we can like probably wrap it up here. Like, we've been talking for like hour and a half. So
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I think the plan is like when I'm in Taiwan, I want to like do another one of these, and then I want to do one after I'm back from Taiwan. So then I have like a little series, and then we can see how like my behavior changes. So it's like a little
Let's do it.
experiment.
Let's
It's
do
a
it.
little
Let's do it.
documentary, a mini documentary for me too. So
Dude,
it's like
you
progress
should.
pictures.
Could you vlog it like when you're out in Xinyichu, and then just like do like a mobile one where you're like
What's Shiichi?
ATT for fun, like
Oh,
the
okay.
clubbing place, because
The clubbing place? Yeah.
because that area it's really chill. Like you could just be out on the street drinking because they have a open can policy, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I could vlog it, dude. That'd be fun.
dude, like you go to the Family Mart Chenjia in ATT, and then people are always like outside there drinking. Like it's a vibe there. And then
Okay.
I actually got laid with a girl. Like it was after the club. It was like 4 a.m. and I was just talking to her, and then we just drank, and I was like, "Oh, you have to go back to Taoyuan. You should just like come over, kick it at my house." And then we just kicked it, and then
Taoyuan's kind of far.
yeah, I was like, "You should just like sleep over. Like, I don't want you to have to like wait till like."
Wait, you guys met on the street?
We met in front of Family Mart. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. Family, bro. Like, there's a period of time where I was like, "Yo, fuck all these clubs. Like, I just want to go Family Mart and chill." And
Yeah,
like,
you should just told the one guy that gave the super chat donation. To
nah, but
still
I
Family.
can't recommend that. I can't
Yeah,
recommend like
it's
like if
true.
you're under the influence, I feel like the chances of
Yeah.
finding a quality girl is just like way reduced because
Yeah, that's true. That's
it's
true.
it's on a pretense of a very degenerate environment already, and it's
Because you also drink too, right?
unpure.
So it's like,
I don't drink that
everyone
much
just, like-
anymore. I don't drink that much
oh,
anymore.
you don't
Yeah.
drink as
Yeah, I'm completely
okay.
different. I think ever since I don't know what it is, but I think ever since I started the podcast, I think I just really only care and value like the connections and the type of content I pump out and the difference I make.
Yeah. No, I'm glad you came on, dude. This actually has been probably like my favorite episode, like of live streaming. It's been like really fun, dude. I've never laughed so much on a live stream. I mean, you're hella unhinged, dude. It's hilarious.
No, I appreciate it, man. I had a great time too. Like our first session especially. Like we were just like bouncing ideas off each other. It was great, man. So
Yeah. That's what content creation is about, in my opinion. So yeah, I'll put your link and stuff down below. But let's wrap this one up, and then
Yeah.
we'll do another one probably in a few weeks. So
yeah.
man.
Let's definitely
Alright.
keep in touch too. I mean, I think content creation, one last thing.
Okay.
I think just like this whole network, it's also really critical that we support like one another, especially like men, because I know how hard it is for men out there, right? So I know you have a network. I think we should definitely like try to keep in touch with like more of like our subscribers and all of that. Like create some sort of platform that we could all like keep
Yeah.
in touch. Yeah.
For sure.
We'll-
Yeah.
we'll
Dude,
see.
Even in the
We'll try to
live
work
stream
something
chat,
out.
people were chatting and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I think in this day and age, dude, like as I get older, I kind of realize like surrounding yourself with like people who will build you up is like so important. Because dude, life is pretty tough already as it is, right? And like doing new things and like dating, making friends, all that stuff. It just gets harder as you're more removed from like societal structures like colleges and basically college, where it's like laid out for you. So like yeah, I'm down.
Yeah. Okay, man.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
let's wrap it, dude. Hey, thanks for having me on again, man.
Yeah. No, everyone check out his podcast, dude. Like you're about to put more content out, like more solo content too. So
Yeah.
dude, it sounds like I'm like advertising your OF stuff. But,
Panda talks.
All right, peace.
All right, man. Peace out, brother.